Let's see here. Page 552, cotangent. This is called a cofunction, which means like a related function to tangent. The cotangent of an acute angle of a right triangle is the ratio of the length of the side adjacent to the right or to the reference angle divided by the length of the side opposite the reference angle. And we'll use cot A. We really should say it as cotangent of angle A. So, say the whole word. Cotangent A means the cotangent of angle A, and it is directly the relationship between two side lengths, so let's write it as a fraction. In this triangle, the ratio that represents the cotangent of angle A would be AC over BC, because that's how a cotangent is created. Reminder, on page 551, we talked about tangent being yellow over orange, if color scheme works. I hope it does. I hope you're highlighting. In this case, cotangent, the fraction is flipped, orange over yellow. We can algebraically show how they are the same. In the previous page, tangent of A was BC over AC. So if I do 1 divided by BC over AC, there is a way to algebraically divide a fraction by a fraction, where this is the fraction that's in the bottom of the bigger one. The concept to remember is flip and multiply. Flip and multiply. So flip the denominator fraction and multiply it. It's called a reciprocal. And then you do the same thing to the top, because if you mess with a fraction, you end up changing its value, and we want to keep the fraction equivalent to what it has always been. So by flipping, BC and BC will cancel, reduce. AC and AC will reduce. But multiplying the top, the numerator of the fraction, by AC over BC will balance out how the bottom was multiplied by AC over BC. 1 times AC over BC is AC over BC. This is the cotangent. So technically, cotangent is just the reciprocal of tangent. They are reciprocals. A reciprocal means a flipped fraction. And then when you multiply them together, multiplying a fraction times its reciprocal, you get an answer of 1, which would also happen here if I multiplied AC over BC times BC over AC from the tangent. Let's actually put this into practice. Let's find the tangent of a triangle given a reference angle and some side lengths that we know. So for example, I have angle A in question 9 of 30 degrees. I would say the tangent of 30 degrees. Then I would write its fraction. And so the fraction for tangent would be opposite divided by adjacent. And in this problem, the adjacent is 24 square root 3. Let me do one little adjustment here, a shortcut. If I have a 24 on top of the fraction, because that's the opposite side, and I have a 24 square root 3, 24, because that's the adjacent side, the 24s can reduce, and this will become 1 over square root 3. I could ask Siri to help me out with that one, but I think instead I'm going to show you how the yellow calculator can help calculate this approximate decimal. And I'm going to show you 2 different ways. So the first way is to actually do the fraction. I'm going to show you 3 mathematical problems. And I am going to clear my menu now, menu 1.5. But don't always get into a habit of clearing your menu. You want to keep stuff around. And if you ever make a mistake on the yellow calculators, you can go Control Z and everything that you did will come back. But I want everything gone. So menu 1.5. I'm going to first of all check that my calculator is in degree mode. And if I do not see the calculator in degree mode, I can move the cursor up to the gear, click the gear, and then check that my document settings say degrees instead of radians. That's another option. That's a pre-calc and trig question. Maybe we'll touch on it briefly, but more at the next level. We don't want this to be in radians. We want it to be in degrees. And if it's in degrees, press enter to lock it in. Press enter again to restore it. I'm going to click OK. So until that box goes away. Now, tangent is a trigonometric ratio. So I could type TAN parentheses, and the calculator would know what I mean. But if you ever forgot that that was the thing, pressing the trig button and then going over to tangent and locking it in with enter gives us the tangent, always with parentheses, gives us the tangent of an angle. And I'm going to type tangent 30. You don't need the degree symbol. It's already in degree mode. So tangent 30, enter. 0.57735. 0.57735. But let's just check that that's okay. We should be suspicious of whether or not this is actually always true. So let me bring my calculator screen only into focus. Now I'm going to do 24 divided by 24 square root 3. So fraction, remember how to do that. If you don't, go back and watch more of my videos. 24 on the top, cursor down, 24 square root 3. If you don't know how to do square root, go back and watch more of my videos. Lock it in. Same decimal. Surprised? Shouldn't be. Because tangent is a ratio. These two, 24 and 24 root 3, came from a triangle that had a 30-degree angle. We did reduce that fraction, though. So the fraction was reduced to 1 over square root 3. All of them should be the same decimal, 0.57735, because that's the tangent of 30. And the sides that make a tangent, the opposite and adjacent, when you make them into a ratio, aka fraction, they give you the same decimal as tangent 30. One more trick I want to show you before I go back to full screen and show you everything. I'm going to do 1 divided by the answer. And if you don't know where the answer came from, you can literally type capital ANS in the keyboard down below, but you might find it as one of the yellow buttons. And if you don't know where that yellow button is, go back and watch more of my videos. We can press enter. I want you to remember 1.73205. Do not clear your screen. Keep this visible. Now, with that in mind, let's go find the cotangent of 30. So cotangent is a trig function, a trig ratio for us. And if I do trig, go over to cotangent and lock it in, and then I type 30, what? 1.73205. Wait, I have space here, I need a fraction. So my fraction's gonna be adjacent over opposite. 24 root 3 over 24. Reminder, in a fraction, if there's same number on the top and bottom of a fraction, they are factors, then they can reduce each other. So I'm left with square root of 3 over 1. Dividing by 1 doesn't change the result. You should still know that you can make anything into a fraction by putting 1 on the bottom of the fraction. But dividing by 1 doesn't do anything to like make a new number show up. So square root of 3 divided by 1 is square root of 3. Let's just see what that is. Square root 3. What? Okay, so this is approximately equal to 1.73205. Nice, excellent. What else can I show you? 24 square root 3 over, wrong spot, I made a mistake here, I made a goof, there's my goof, I fixed it. It's all the same decimal. In fact, 1 divided by the answer is going to give me the tangent. So I could rewrite this as approximately equal to 1 over 0.5773 and then 5. All right, you guys, that has been page 552. Some questions to consider. What is the relationship between tangent and cotangent? Have I outlined it well enough for you here? Ponder it, answer it, think about it. You've got this. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next episode. Have a good one.